Un earthquake. Lo sentí, me despertó.
Earthquakes are incredibly powerful forces of nature. The movement of tectonic plates has the power to cause immense destruction and impact millions of lives. For this episode of Underworld, we've collected 10 incredible videos of earthquakes occurring in real time. From the macro to the micro level, we have all sorts of videos lined up to convince you that earthquakes are not to be trifled with. Let's get into it. On March 11th, 2011, a magnitude 9.1 earthquake struck Japan. In the ensuing moments, a tsunami struck the country and other neighboring nations, leading to one of the most devastating disasters in recent memory. Much of the media coverage following this focused on the tsunami effect, but in 2018, this video resurfaced of how the earthquake impacted buildings more inland. As you can see, the building is actually swaying with the tectonic movements. From a different angle, you can get a better look at just how drastically the top of the building is swaying. While it looks scary, the building is actually doing what it's supposed to do. Engineers will design tall buildings that will be exposed to earthquakes or high winds to withstand such conditions. They build it in such a way that allows the buildings to bend and flex so they do not take on too much stress. Otherwise, it's entirely possible the building would have collapsed from the earthquake. On July 1st, 2017, a 7.1 magnitude earthquake hit Mexico City. The video capturing the incident is pretty short, but once you give it a watch, you'll see why.
Ya sé.
Güey, nos salimos del Conde
Ah,
a
exacto,
tiempo.
güey.
Sí.
Ahorita ni
An entire building collapsed, completely engulfed by a plume of dust and debris. The building looks fairly old and dilapidated, so it likely wasn't up to code. We're not sure if anyone was inside the building during the earthquake, but it does look deserted. Pretty crazy nevertheless. Soil liquefaction is common when earthquakes strike. It's the process when saturated soil loses a significant amount of its strength and stiffness. It occurs as a response to applied stress, which is precisely what happens when an earthquake shakes an area. As a result, something that ordinarily behaves as a solid acts as a liquid. It can lead to cars and buildings sinking into the ground, and you can see it firsthand from a 2018 earthquake in Indonesia. The soil in the area practically turned to liquid, which is why it looks like a building is floating in the ocean in the background. This phenomenon becomes more pronounced later in the video. Towards the end, it almost looks like the camera person is surrounded by a sea of mud. If you are unsure if an earthquake is taking place, then the easiest thing you can do for confirmation is seeing how your pool is holding up. Even a relatively low magnitude earthquake will cause the water to splash around outside of the pool. When a 6.1 magnitude earthquake hit the Philippines, one pool party definitely got disturbed. At first, everyone is splashing around, having a good time. Then, they feel the vibrations.
¡Uy, lumilindol! ¡Uy, lumilindol! ¡Shock! ¡Shock! ¡Oh my gosh!
People begin swimming to get out of the pool, a smart move as the waves may be too strong, even in a relatively shallow pool, to swim properly. While it's natural for panic to set in, you can still see people helping others. At one point in the video, you can see one man helping younger children get out of the pool. He makes the kids hang on to a flotation device while he lifts them up. Other people grab the youngster and pull them to safety.
Sabi ko na nga mamilin doon. Okay lang kayo. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
The next clip is something you don't see very often. Viewers of a Twitch stream got a lot more than they asked for when they witnessed the 2019 Los Angeles earthquake live on stream.
Oh my lord. That's an earthquake.
The song is interrupted, and just to give you a sense of how big the quake was, well, we'll let her describe it.
That's a big earthquake. I just said on my channel. We gotta get out of here. Oh my god. Holy crap.
The room continues to shake until the stream ends. Thankfully, it was a minor earthquake with minimal damage in the area. Still, we're betting her viewers weren't expecting it. If you ever find yourself driving in the road when an earthquake hits, the best thing you can do is slow down until you can safely pull over to the side and stop. If you're on the freeway, then you want to take the nearest exit to get off, making sure to avoid downed power lines and overpasses. You never know when an earthquake will come, and dozens of drivers learned when a strong earthquake occurred without warning. Everything appeared normal at first, but then... Many cars did the right thing and stopped, but you can see vehicles on the other side continuing to drive as though nothing had happened. The rumbling was even more pronounced within the city. The area was completely devastated, with one building toppling entirely. On January 24, 2020, a 6.8 magnitude earthquake hit Turkey. At that time, a local channel was doing a news program. After one of the guests stopped talking, you can see him looking around, apparently aware that the station is swaying, even if it's gentle at first.
Erken ek gıda verme olayı gibi bir durumumuz var. Bu da sanırım deprem oluyor.
Evet. Şu an çok felaket depreme tanıklık ediyoruz stüdyodayız.
Soon, the earthquake escalates in intensity. Now all the anchors know something is off, and they all start to sway with the tectonic movements. However, they all seem to take it in stride. They don't run off. Instead, they just sit there and kind of go with the flow.
Kısa bir ara vereceğiz. Şu an depremi yaşıyoruz. Çok felaket sallanıyor.
Hastanın altına girsek iyi olacak.
In January 2020, a 7.7 magnitude earthquake occurred about 80 miles off the coast of Jamaica. The earthquake was so powerful that it could be felt as far away as Miami. Many areas in Jamaica and the surrounding countries were affected. An earthquake of this magnitude can surely create a tsunami, which is what happened in the Cayman Islands. Luckily, it was minor and caused minimal damage. Watch as one local films what an earthquake does to the water supply.
earthquake. Lo sentí, me despertó. ¿Qué clase earthquake? La casita se sentía como si estaba.
We've seen how buildings are impacted by earthquakes, but haven't really seen individuals in the street yet. Well, that is about to change with this footage from an earthquake that hit India in 2018. One second, everyone is walking and driving like normal. The next, an earthquake hits, and everyone panics. People run for cover. Someone riding a motorcycle is thrown off the vehicle. Footage from a different area shows people realizing an earthquake is happening and running towards safety. People get tossed about from the shaking. Some even fall to the ground. When you go to church, you expect to go somewhere safe and out of harm's way. However, when an earthquake strikes, even briefly, it's enough to put the fear of God in you. That's what happened when a 4.5 magnitude earthquake hit Kansas, and one video recording shows how it interrupted the sermon.
I want to invest in God's kingdom, and I'm just so thankful for them. So if you see them, just be thankful for them.
Fortunately, the earthquake didn't last long, and the entire congregation was in good spirits once the dust settled, even laughing about the incident. From small to humongous earthquakes, feeling the earth shake underneath you is scary no matter where you are. Luckily, with a little planning, you can increase your chances of making it out of the situation all right. Let us know what you want to see next in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, and make sure to tune in next time.